The great and lovely descent. Let's take a look at this house. Seems we're a little far away.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Okay.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Let's go up the stairs over here. Seems kind of weird that that one wouldn't open. Is there anything behind the place? Is the door back here? Nope. And I don't think we can go upstairs. Alright, let's go downstairs then. What the heck? Some weird basement. And we're falling. Nice. Okay. So now we have gravity involved? So actually some kind of sense of danger, right? I assume we just make our way down. And some speed, so we're not going at one speed all at once. We're going actually multiple speeds now. Speaking of speed as we're falling, that's what I'm trying to say, I guess. What the heck? So why did he build this in that level? You have orange blocks, white blocks, different shapes. Feels like are we repeating? No, we're at the bottom. Okay. Is it glass? Yeah, it's glass walls. Alright, let's take the bait. Let's go, let's go. Anything over here? No, just stairs. These are pretty basic. What is that? Is the light? Man, the music is very eerie. Nothing else there. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. This looks like kind of like a jail cell. Alright, now I'm hearing some like crazy music. It looks like a jail cell, but not quite. It's like it holds animals, I think. Because this looks more like a, yeah, like a holding cell for animals, like maybe an animal's in there and you can come up to here to feed it or see it. But this looks a little heavy duty for chickens and pigs. And it's enclosed behind me. Thanks a lot. So I'm the animal. I'm the one being directed to be caged in. That's what it is. Yep. And I can't go that way, and I can't go that way.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Sounds good to me.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Why would someone do that? And why would you play so many games? But yeah, I would assume a game you would want it to be playable. The only thing is, it's like you want to give a sense of scale, right? So you have sections like this that are unreachable. You literally can't play these areas. It's just there to give you, like I said, a sense of scale. That this place is bigger than what it actually is in a sense. So you would think that this place is probably very big. You have all these different cells. Who knows what could be in there? Different people, different things. How many stories that you could hear from all these different individuals? It goes up about 4 floors or so on either side. So who knows how much bigger this place could be? That's only part of it, right? This could be the West Wing. So I guess you let your imagination then take over from there. That's what I'm assuming. And now we're like in the outside for recess. We have a fenced area, so they don't want us going over there for some reason. Then we have this, which looks like a feeding trough. And I guess a window so they can watch us? This looks more like a prison.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I don't know why either. It's a pretty simple puzzle. And why the smoke? In a dark room, there's really nothing you can see here. It's a transition room. But why that? And why make it a puzzle? Yeah, this is more like the Stanely Parable type of style. You there? Do you come from above?
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the buttons on your gamepad to respond.
Okay. Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Now I'm gonna say yes, okay, yes I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. Again, perfect! Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. Who are these people though? Why do they want to get across over there? I don't remember how I solved it. Should I say that? Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Let's do that. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? It is the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you there's nothing I want more. What? Can I talk to him some more? No, that's it. Nothing they want more is to escape this prison. What kind of place is this? Okay, so we're in another room. Same guy, the middle guy. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yes, do you want to solve it? Yes, do you want to solve it? No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Why would I care about the space between? He cares about the black space in between, which is what I was asking earlier, right? So, actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Okay. So someone wants to get out of here. They're just in that black space in between.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Music is creepy. The heck, this is like a tunnel that we're escaping, right? Here's more black space again. Okay, these are homes.
It's a lamppost.
Or apartments, and we're in a courtyard.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna need to switch out my battery, so hold on 1 second. Alright, battery's been switched. Here we go. All notes have been left by other players. Okay. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me.
Of notes.
And I cooled off eventually.
But there's way too many notes. So he left these notes. Is he not aware that he's making this game? Can you guys hear me? He sounds like he's not aware that he's building this. So is he building this subconsciously? Hello. Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Everyone read this?
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness.
Hey.
I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
I'm king of the world! I'm king of the world!
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Okay. We're running out of space soon. We will suffocate. Cool cavern, bro. Okay, I can't jump off. Man, there's a lot of notes everywhere. So these are just like random thoughts, but why does he act like he's not aware of the game? An acorn somewhere. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Let's see. What the heck? I recognize you. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. Wait, why are they different colors? A free t-shirt. Yes, I want one. Need other side door. Why you so? Door how open? Open sesame. Makes game includes door can open door. Thanks. Okay. No, I don't hear the chimes. Now I hear the chimes. Okay, I think we've read enough of these things. Let's continue on. But what is this? They're all looking at this painting. This is like a museum? Okay, I can't get over there. Can't go down there. This place is huge. He still uses brick walls though, if you notice. There's a lot of brick walls. I'm not safe? What the heck is going on? What is this? Are these all the notes? Why does it have issues? It's a nice painting. Yep, that's art. So these are just like notes to himself, talking to himself. Okay. I beat the game. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Oh, there's somebody whispering. Okay, so he's asking himself this, right? So he can't solve it. He's fixated because he can't figure this out.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
He can't open it. He can't. That's why he's fixated on this path, because he can't figure it out. He doesn't know why this happens. It's a glitch. There is no second switch. No solution. So he can't solve it. Do the voices go away? Voices are back. There's those dots. What is with those 3 dots? Okay, so that did nothing for me. Can we try it again? Yeah, let's go and try that door again. Let's see what happens. What if I jump off here? No, I can't. And the voices are back. do this. That's right. There's a switch there. So why would they say there's no solution? There's no switch. They can't solve it. Someone can't solve it for some reason. Typewriters. How do you read notes? Okay. Read notes by typing them. I'm talking right now. I'm talking.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Alright, and this is where we're going to take a break because these games make me nauseous. So I'm going to stop right here for now.